Shalom family, today we're going to be making fertilizer. I am going to be using blood meal, bone meal, kelp meal, and worm castings, which are already in the container. I'm using tablespoons, so I have 8 parts of worm castings already, and we're going to be using 4 parts of the kelp meal. On to the next one, we have bone meal. And we are using again 4 parts of this. As you've seen at the bottom, the 315 and the 0, those are the numbers in relation to the ratios of NPK. We're going to be doing a separate video on how to understand those. For the next one, we have blood meal. As a forewarning for anybody who is sensitive when it comes to respiratory issues, make sure that you are using something over your nose because this does release a lot of particles when you open it, and you will see that. But just make sure you're being careful if you do have those sensitivities. We're going to only be using 2 parts of this. And yes, as you might not see it, but if you look at the top of the bag, there's just little tiny particles that are moving. Make sure you thoroughly mix your fertilizer. You want to make sure you have an even amount of ingredients on your plants. If anyone was wondering about my spoon, I got it from a plant shop in downtown Indianapolis called Grounded at the Stutz building, and they have a lot of really cool accessories, books, plants, etc. So if you're interested, check them out, and it's called Grounded again. Now you see I'm just making sure that it is all mixed in. I don't want there to be any little bits in there that are just too concentrated. Here is my marigold plant. It's not doing too bad, but it could do better. I've never fertilized this plant. I only used the soil from the video that I did previously. And it's okay. It's not the best. It could be better, but I'm happy with where it's at, and we can see whether or not our fertilizer that we made is doing a good job. I'm so glad to see that it's pushing out little flower buds. I can't wait to see where this goes. So I hope you guys' plants are doing okay as well. If it is not looking okay, then it is all right. You are doing just fine, because now you will learn what not to do next time. So right now I am actually doing something wrong. And what that is I should have scratched the top layer of the soil, because we want to make sure that the water actually gets into the soil. And when we incorporate the fertilizer, we want to make sure it actually is incorporated into the fertilizer. So you see me going back through and scratching it up. Make sure you don't go too far and damage the root system, but just scratch up the top layer and go all around. Make sure it's all scratched up. Go ahead and add in a ½ teaspoon of fertilizer. One thing I will say that I did wrong in here was I should have just went in a complete circle evenly around the edge of the pot, but I didn't do that. But I think you should do it. I'm also not sure if it really matters. So we're going to try it out. This is a plant project. We're going to try things out, okay? So experiment, see what works, what doesn't work, and we're going to learn from it. One other thing also, you want to make sure that you are watering your plant before and after you fertilize. This will help eliminate the risk of root burn, especially if you have a stronger fertilizer. You can also dilute your fertilizer or use less fertilizer if you are unsure if your fertilizer is going to cause root burn. With the spoon, I'm poking holes into the soil to aerate it and to allow the water to seep in and the fertilizer to seep in as well. All right, family, that is all. As you can see, the fertilizer is well incorporated into the top layer of the soil. Make sure to look at the description below for what these different ingredients do for the plants. Also, I will have a link to each ingredient so that you may be able to buy it yourself online or in stores. I pray you guys enjoyed this video and that it was clear and concise. If you have any questions, let me know, and you guys have a great weekend.